Welcome, everybody, to Great Crossing High School for tonight's 41st District doubleheader. It's the Great Crossing Warhawks and the Western Hills Wolverines. We'll start it off with the girls at the top of the hour. I'm Cal Oaks with Derek Varney and Derek. Both these teams coming off a successful tournament at the Billy Hicks Classic, the 27th annual Classic. The boys became the 10th different program to win the title, 3 double-digit victories, including the championship game over Douglas. Girls with a strong third-place finish. They lost by 3 to the eventual champion, Madison Southern. What are we looking at tonight in a rivalry that I think it's fair to say Great Crossing has dominated on
Well,
both sides.
it looks like you and I are the lucky ones again. We got another December 11th region district battle.
We got the 11th region. We got the 41st district. We got it all. Anytime you put those teams together, you're going to see something special potentially. And last year, every year, Western Hills has been able to hang in, especially on the boys' side, not so much on the girls' side. We'll talk about that. But the boys' game tonight might be a sleeper.
I think it'll be the last couple years, if I recall, Western Hills got a lead. Great Crossing had to come back, and then I think it was probably 8 or 10 point ball game the last couple years.
One of the games that Vince Dawson had the buzzer beater last year was against.
Yes, there you go. So I know that the last 2 years have been very good, and I expect the same thing. You and I were looking at Western Hills. We were saying they're 0-4, but nothing to sneeze at their opponents that they've had thus far. Absolutely.
Especially the last 2 single-digit losses to Henry Clay and Bryan Station. So anytime you're hanging in there with some 42nd district teams, you're doing well, as we know. The girls' side, they held this team to, I believe, 15 points or maybe 16. It was a record for the program that they actually broke this year in the tournament in the Billy Hicks Classic. They held Dunbar to 15. It was a 77-16 win over Western Hills last year. Much the same team. Timmy Williams is gone. For those of you that haven't seen the girls, she has finally graduated. Just about everybody's back, but they've got some injuries now. So it's a younger-looking Warhawks team, but they've been very impressive in that regard.
They are very impressive, and I think you're doing your job of kind of hoping and talking about the game being a little bit better. And you and I are definitely hoping that.
I'll tell you what, they dominated this game the past 3 years.
Yes.
And Reagan Barrett was not playing nearly at the level she is now for Great Crossing. So that's bad news for Western Hills.
It is, and I think they'll probably be a little hungry coming in off of, they're a very good team, and they are runner-ups in the Billy Hicks Classic, which is, again, that's a good accomplishment. But I think these girls definitely want to win that tournament, and it could be bad for Western Hills after that.
Barrett, the 6-foot senior center, she has almost doubled her scoring average, just under 18 points per game. Rebounds have gone down a little bit because, frankly, she ain't missing inside, so that's a big part of that. The other factor is just she's gotten in the best shape of her life. Coach Matt Walls has really emphasized pounding the ball inside to both Barrett and Kennedy Harrison, a 5'11 sophomore. And they've been able to take advantage of that kind of Twin Tower effect in there and really kind of transform what this team does in the half court.
Yes, and that's what you and I discussed the last game that we had with the Lady Warhawks. Is first things first. Reagan Barrett looks phenomenal. She does. The way her body, you and I didn't hardly recognize when we first saw her, and which means she's in game shape. And look what happens when she's in game shape. She's doubled her scoring average. So she was already a very good player, able to knock down a mid-range jumper, rebound, put the ball on the floor, and she's a good passer. So now that she's in the shape that she's in, and she has a 5'11 in the lane, that's why I think her rebounds have gone down some.
The starters are out of lineup. Ava Skierman, a 4-year starter, a junior. They count on her to play some of that point guard this year. She's just rough and tumble out there. She'll score, she'll rebound, she'll play hard defense. She's out until around Christmas at the very least. Meredith Turner as well has been sidelined. They lost Rachel Smith for part of that Madison Southern game in the Billy Hicks Classic, so that made a difference in that one. Rachel's back. She had a little case of the stomach flu, came back in the third place game and played very well against West Jessamine. We've got the anthem. We'll talk about the starting lineups on the other side. Give a call to the Great Crossing Band. There's about 35 to 40 of them here tonight, and they always make it sound like there's a couple
Great to
hundred
see.
over there. It is in good voice, in good song, so to speak. Starting lineups for Great Crossing, we mentioned Rachel Smith, a senior. She is a COVID senior and a good one. She's really stepped up her passing game this year. We know she can fill it up shooting the ball, and she's a threat in both those categories. Reagan Barrett, we also talked about her. She is a senior underneath, along with the sophomore Kennedy Harrison. They will pound the boards and they will get layups pretty routinely. Chapel Brown's been starting. I don't see her down there sitting right now. Adriana Brown will be starting. She is an 8th grader and one that you're going to watch out for the foreseeable future for these Lady Warhawks.
Very
and then
aggressive.
Olivia Tierney. Aggressive is the word.
Wow.
She took the defensive assignment, did Adriana Brown on Hadley French of Madison Southern the other night. Held her. She was averaging 20. We held her to 12. That's big for an 8th grader to do the bulk of that work. Olivia Tierney, the 5th starter, a junior. She had a great tournament as well, and somebody that they look to step up all season long. Western Hills, Lauren McGahee wears number 0. Denise Waddell is number 15. Number 44 is Malia Campbell. I'm guessing she is probably related to the Campbells that we will see in the boys. She is going to be their matchup with Barrett and Harrison, it would appear. Tall drink of water. And then we've got a couple of other uniform numbers that are obscure. They have a new coach to the Lady Wolverines this year. It'll be interesting to see how much they have changed things up with their approach as Jana Hughes has taken over in her first season. The Lady Wolverines are 3-2. They beat some county schools, Gallatin, Carroll, and Henry out of the gate. Some low scoring affairs, 55-35, 51-45, and then 30-27 before losing their district opener to Frankfort by 3 and then falling to Bluegrass United, the homeschool conglomerate from Lexington, 61-50 last time out. Number 30, Kaylin Davis, will start for Western Hills, as well as Christina Ayers, number 21. That will set the stage for this one. As we got the Dropkick Murphys serenading us.
First, let's tip it up. First of 2 here, Cal.
This is going to be good. 7:30, the boys. You will see a team coming off a Billy Hicks Classic Championship that was very impressive in doing so, with Trey Dawson, Malachi Marino, and company. It's a good group. 5-1, ranked top 10 consensus in the state. Here we go. Ball is tipped to Rachel Smith, and we are underway.
2-3 zone, what I expected from Western Hills to start out in.
They will try to force the Warhawks to put it up from outside, not let them get it into Barrett, who travels and gets bopped in the nose, adding injury to insult, or vice versa. Turnover 15 seconds into the game, so that's
got a little bloody to start out with.
Maybe we do.
She did.
She got more than bopped. She's going to have to get that addressed by the trainers. Checking in will be number 23, Claire Tierney. So I see a lot of unavailable people down there. I only see 3 uniforms, so there won't be any Chapel Brown tonight. I wonder if the sickness is going through this team. All they've got down there is Kennedy Eisen and Kendall Carney, besides the sub that just checked in, which would be Claire Tierney. So you've got both Tierneys on the court now. Western Hills with it, trying to play a patient half-court game, as you might expect from looking at their scores early this season. They will travel with it in their first excursion as well.
And there's, you see, their trap all ball screens as Matt Walls loves to do, and they're very aggressive on the defensive end. They're going to cause a lot of turnovers.
Rachel Smith playing the point tonight. It is a point guard by committee for Coach Matt Walls. As you'll see, sometimes Chapel Brown and Ava Skierman out there, but tonight I would figure Rachel will get most of the work. Bounce pass into Claire Tierney, who misses the layup wildly, and coming away with it, Western Hills picking up the dribble, though, in the backcourt. Not a good idea against this Warhawk defense. They're very aggressive, always have been.
That's a good pass.
So under Coach Matt Walls, but there is a 2-0 lead for the Lady Wolverines. It's bouncing
Beautiful
inside.
pass.
McGahee finds Malia Campbell, and it's 2-0. Floater and off the rim, no good, but Adriana Brown is fouled.
Adriana Brown just took what they gave her right there, Cal. She crossed over and went down. Nobody picked the ball up, and she was able to get about a 6-footer off.
You don't want to give her much. She will get to the rim in no time. 8th grader who has no fear of this level of competition makes the first. Yeah, there won't be any Kaylee Ray either. We have a lot of Lady Warhawks in street clothes tonight.
Yeah, I was saying, where is
so
Ray?
It can't be all sickness. It may be just nagging injuries. They're trying to rest. We will have to ask Coach Matt Walls after the game as Brown makes both free throws to tie it at 2.
Reagan can't get hurt. It seems like she cannot get their nose to stop bleeding.
Trying to get that, and right now you've got 8 healthy players, and that includes Reagan, who's trying to stop a nosebleed right now. The Wolverines turn it over. That's the good news for the Warhawks.
I don't see the old trick of land. She's got her head straight forward in her hands, and I'm thinking, where's the old trick of putting the head back? Stop the bleeding.
Rachel Smith with it. Over to Olivia Tierney. Now Tierney bounces.
Good pass.
Fires it inside to Harrison. Misses the layup. On the weak side comes Claire Tierney. Misses, or threw it away, rather. Now there's a scramble on the floor. Harrison ties it up with the Wolverines' McGahee, and the possession arrow will go to Western Hills. Minute and a half into this one, 2-2. So a slow start for Great Crossing, which is up against it tonight in terms of its usual depth.
And I tell you what, Cal, you can tell there is a little difference when Miss Barrett's out of the lineup.
They are not able to pound the ball inside,
right.
And there's another turnover for the Wolverines. So that's been the story when Great Crossing has played this Western Hills team, is they get a lot of help from these unforced errors. Sometimes they're forced, but sometimes they're not.
Barrett out of the lineup. They have to. The middle's wide open of this 2-3 zone, and like to get the ball to her there because she can turn and go. She's a good passer. But again, with the bloody nose right now, hopefully they get her back out there.
Adriana Brown with a floater. You said it before. She's not afraid to get in there and get dirty and take that 6-footer. It was kind of a running hook shot to give the Warhawks a 4-2 lead. The 8th grader has all 4 points. Now pressure in the half court. Olivia Tierney and Brown. There's a little bump on Tierney, I believe, against Denise Waddell.
There's going to be quite a few bumps when you play against the Lady Warhawks here. They flat get after you.
As we said, after the first game of the Billy Hicks Classic, Matt Walls, first thing he said to me is, Billy would be proud, and indeed he would have. That was the night they beat Dunbar 73-15.
Yes.
Didn't show a lot of mercy, but they got everybody in the lineup, but it was just a defensive clinic. There's a steal by Harrison and an outlet from Smith that was deflected by the Wolverines, number 21, Christina Ayers.
A couple more dribbles by Rachel there, and that would have been a good 2-on-1.
They had numbers for sure. They'll have to inbound it from underneath.
She let it go a little early.
Olivia Tierney with it. Fired it past Adriana Brown, now picked up by Claire Tierney. Brown gets it to Olivia in the corner for 3. And
got it.
Olivia makes it 7-2. So picking up the pace a little bit with 7 unanswered points are the Lady Warhawks. There's the drive from McGahee. Harrison went for the swat and committed the foul.
If Harrison slides there a little quicker to cut off the dribble there, that wouldn't have been a foul. But she had to go around behind Cal, and that's what she committed a foul there on the layup.
McGahee, nobody on this Wolverines team averages more than 8 points per game. It's pretty balanced. McGahee's one of those they count on. She'll make the first. You've got Kiana Mitchell, who didn't start tonight at 8 points per game, and Aubrey Perkins, who also was not in the lineup. So both teams, some key pieces not starting this game at the very least. McGahee couldn't roll in the second. Rebound comes down to Claire Tierney. Smith stops at the 3-point line, steps back and resets.
Still got kind of a matchup 2-3 here where they are guarding the ball, and then the other guard, the off guard for Western Hills, is going with the first pass.
Olivia Tierney got it to Smith.
Pass.
Adriana Brown got it quickly but traveled with it. She kind of might not have been ready for that zip in there from Rachel Smith. Fired it to her it was almost like you said, a touch pass.
Yes, it was. She got up in the air and just touched, which is a beautiful pass, but like you said, Brown wasn't ready for it.
Forcing the issue there, getting the steal is Claire Tierney. So they're putting a lot of pressure on Western Hills. Western Hills not giving themselves a lot of room to operate on that sideline, and they're turning it over quite a bit. There's Smith for an open 3, a kick out that's no good. Rebound, though, to Olivia Tierney. She finds Adriana Brown. Brown back to Smith. Smith works it over to Tierney for another three. Olivia misses that one, way off the mark this time. And the collision, and they'll get the block on Adriana Brown.
Barrett coming back in. I think she got the bleeding to stop.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
Brown picks up the Warhawks' third team foul, her first. Yeah, she's got like the cotton swabs in there, cotton balls, kind of keeping it closed up right now. Let's hope it stays, as the Warhawks will need her. 17 points per game, 4.5 rebounds. There was a three-point attempt that's true from the right wing by number 2, Kiana Mitchell. We said she is tied for the team lead with 8 points per game. 3 right there, cuts it to 7-6. Closer
Good
than
ball
we thought.
movement right there, Cal. Open shot, and she knocks it down.
Warhawks have just been cold from the field. They haven't been able to take advantage of these Wolverine turnovers. There's a shot from Smith from the top of the key, extended.
Great ball movement.
Her first 2 of the game make it 9-6 midway through this opening quarter.
Great ball movement.
And deflected by Olivia Tierney out of bounds away from Mitchell, but it will stay with Western Hills right at the 4-minute mark. 9-6 your score, GC on top. 41st District opener for the Lady Warhawks, who were 4-2 coming in, 3rd place in the Billy Hicks Classic. Threw it away on the inbounds pass, but Western Hills chased it down. Kim Mitchell dribbles behind her back. She's being hounded there and forced the double dribble as both Olivia Tierney and Kennedy Eisen converged on her. Tierney will inbound. So Kennedy Eisen in the game for the first time.
That's yeah.
So that's another young player.
Very young.
And you'll hear Kendall Carney's name as well, as they working some players that have not played at this level much, at least in district games. And we'll see how they handle it tonight. Eisen.
Kennedy's got to get to the middle there.
Found Tierney, got to Smith for an open 3 from the right wing once again. Smith is on target. She's got 5, and it's a 12-6 advantage.
Cal, the wily old veteran, Rachel Smith, literally pushed Kennedy Eisen into the lane and said, hey, you're in my area. I'm getting ready to catch this and knock down this
floater
three.
Blocked by Kennedy Harrison.
Good pass.
Run gets it up ahead to Rachel Smith, lays it up short. And trying to take the rebound down is Barrett, but she'll get called for the reach. So the shot's just not falling, and seemingly the ones at close range are the problematic ones right now.
That's a good fast break. Great pass to Rachel Smith. She just short-armed it up on the rim there.
Western Hills trails 12-6. They have the ball, 3:09. Nice bounce pass inside, but had a little bit of trouble catching it, and a bailout foul. They're going to get Harrison, as Aubrey Perkins, who has checked in, was going for the layup.
Cal, I like the way Western Hills moves the basketball.
They do, and they've got a lot of interchangeable parts. I think that's what Coach Jana here wants to see from them, is similar to what they had last year, but they seem to have stepped up their game offensively. They didn't have a lot of offensive skill that was apparent, at least in the game against Great Crossing.
Now they're backdoor cutting. They're driving down the lane, kicking the ball to the open shooters on the wing. Doing well.
Perkins sinks the first free throw, rolled it in, 12-7. She'll have another. 5 fouls on the Warhawks in this opening quarter, only 1 for the Lady Wolverines. Makes them both, does Perkins, 12-8. Smith bringing it up quickly. Fires in the corner to Eisen. Eisen's trapped, finds Barrett, kicks it out to Smith for another 3. No good, back rim. Rebound, Campbell. 3-on-2 for the Wolverines. Almost traveled with it and then threw it away to Olivia Tierney. 2-on-1, nice. Tierney to Rachel Smith, but Rachel had trouble corralling it, tripped.
She did.
And the ball went out of bounds.
Cal, that's 4 points they've given up now. Not given up, but they did not get because of just not giving the ball fast enough. I think Tierney over-penetrated there. The golden rule is when you get to the foul line, if they haven't picked you up, go ahead and go. If not, jump, stop, and distribute the ball.
Rachel saw the baseline coming up and kind of hesitated and lost her footing. And they're going to get an offensive foul. Now they're going to get a block on the Warhawks. It will be Eisen picking up the team 6. So quickly getting toward bonus territory here with 2:30 to go in the opening quarter. Western Hills with the ball, down only 4. The Great Crossing Warhawks, who are battling some adversity tonight with only 8 healthy bodies. Here's a steal by Reagan Barrett. She'll take it coast to coast, and they will get the block. I don't believe the ball went in. I was keeping an eye on the official, what he was going to call. Reagan will go to the line for 2. Perkins gets called for the foul underneath. And Reagan was bound and determined once she got the rebound down at this end. She was going to take it 84 feet. And she was a little frustrated early on by the way things had gone. She spent much of it on the sidelines getting patched up.
She said, I don't have to breathe out my nose. I can bring it out my mouth.
Rolls in the first free throw. That's been a key to her game this year and stepping up those numbers. She's been very efficient from the foul.
And because she's going to get there. She's aggressive when she catches it underneath, and she's going to shoot a lot of foul shots.
80% shooter pretty much for her entire career, and she's got 2 for 2 tonight. 14-8. Lady Warhawks on top over Western Hills. Kiana Mitchell tried to get it inside to Campbell. Campbell recovered it, couldn't lay it in. Rebound on the other side by Perkins, knocked out of her hands. It will stay with the Wolverines as the block shot. The Warhawks couldn't run it down. Perkins with it, drives it on Eisen. Eisen gonna get a foul here on the Wolverines offensive. As they'll get it. Who did they get it on? Number 10, Aubrey Perkins. I think they're going to get her for the push. That's her second, the team's third at the 2:06 mark of the first quarter. 14-8 GC with the ball and the lead. Rachel Smith with it, 5 points already. They've got to keep her on the court tonight the way things are. She finds Olivia Tierney inside to Barrett. Barrett bounces it to Eisen on the right baseline. She got trapped there, got it to Barrett. Barrett, the jumper. Couldn't roll it in. Thought the rim was going to be kind, but it came down to number 21, Christina Ayers.
I think she was maybe one dribble away. Reagan needs to get to the middle on that. She doesn't need to settle for that longer jumper than she has to.
Steal by Smith. Coming back the other way. 2-on-2. Smith splits the difference. I don't think they got back in time. It was a good, strong take, and they will get the block. The officials confer. And they'll call the foul on McGahee.
That looked like a pretty good charge taken there, Cal.
Yeah, it's hard to say from things happen so fast. That's why they at least communicated with each other, which I like.
Yes, instead of...
I like quick conferences between officials.
Yes.
I don't like when they get together for 3 minutes at a time to talk things. Smith
that all that's saying is, I don't know and you don't know. What are we going to do?
I'm reminded of the Scott County Highlands football game this past couple of weeks ago, last month. There were a lot of conferences that went on and on and on and on. It didn't seem to favor the visiting team. As Smith makes the second, she's got 7 of the first 16. And the Warhawks have the Wolverines doubled up slowly but surely, 16-8. Little open lane, quickly closed by Barrett for the block shot against Davis, and the rebound comes down to the Warhawks. Carney's in the game. She finds Smith. Carney's a 7th grader, all of 5 feet. No fear in that one either.
Not at all. That's her.
She traveled there in her first attempt as she was guarded closely by Ayers.
Traveled as she attempted to get ready to let one go there.
She was. She is not going to hesitate most of the time. Our Player of the Game awards tonight will be presented by Domino's Pizza and Bluegrass Orthopedics. Thank them for their support. We'll get to the other sponsors tonight as well. If you look at the banners all around the gym, if you're watching this broadcast, you can get a feel for who some of those are. There is a steal by Olivia Tierney, all alone to the other end, lays it up and in.
Nice.
Tierney with 5, double-digit lead for the Lady Warhawks. 48 seconds to go, first quarter. Adriana Brown sticks a hand in there, almost takes it away from Mitchell, and they'll get a block on Brown.
Just a little too aggressive right there. I like that. She had her in a trapping situation. As you mentioned before, Western Hills continues to use that sideline, and when you're on offense, that sideline is an extra defender. It's not your friend.
I'd like it if they had a lot more reinforcements on the bench.
Right.
I don't like it as much tonight as that's her second foul, and she will sit down with 39.9 seconds to go in the opening period. Good news for the Warhawks. They've got some time to heal up before they go to Madison Central on Saturday afternoon at 1:30. A free throw is missed, a 1-and-1, and a rebound by Olivia Tierney. Gets it quickly to Smith. Smith will tiptoe it across the timeline. They'll probably play for one shot. Tierney says, I don't know about that. Barrett gets it back to Smith, who will hold it for a bit.
Yeah, I think they are right. They go with about 8 seconds right here, Cal.
Little triangle between Smith, Barrett, and Tierney right now, playing pass with that final 15 seconds. Now Tierney steps up the pace a little bit, gets it back to Smith under 10 seconds. Barrett trying to post up. Smith will find her inside.
That's a good move right
Draws
there.
the contact.
It's a really
I think it
good
was
move.
on the floor, so they'll get an OB under with 3.4 seconds left. Fouls on Kaylin Davis, her first, the team's fifth.
Actually, with that amount of time on the clock, it wasn't a bad foul.
Kendall
Stopped her
Carney,
from getting a layup.
Inbound, finds Olivia Tierney on the baseline, just ran out of room again. Seeing that from both teams a little bit in this first quarter.
Ran out of real estate.
But it was knocked out by the Wolverines. They'll have time for maybe a catch and shoot. I don't know. 3/10, is that considered enough? Rachel Smith, it's probably enough time if they can get it to her.
Yep. Throw it up.
Barrett,
there you go.
Catch and shoot. And off the rim, whether it counted or not.
Right.
So the score after 8 minutes, your Great Crossing Warhawks 18, Western Hills Wolverines 8. Warhawks have made 6 from the foul line. Tierney and Smith have provided the bulk of the offense conventionally. 4 points from Adriana Brown as well. Smith leads with 7, Tierney with 5, and Barrett with a couple of freebies mixed in there.
Not a bad first quarter, Cal, really.
No. Wolverines acquitted themselves pretty well. They came out and got the quick lead, which I think made the Warhawks mad a little bit. They got even more mad after they lost Reagan Barrett for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mad and frustrated. We got the stats. Thank you.
This is tonight's game.
Gotcha. We've got a double-sided score sheet here. 41.7% for the Lady Warhawks, 5 for 12 from the field. The Wolverines took 6 shots and turned it over 12 times. So that's the story of the game.
Yeah, there it is.
And that's pretty much been the theme of this series is they just struggle to get through that pressure, both in the half court and the full court. Tonight it's been mostly in the half court. It's been it's not the red heat anymore. It's the blue flame or the green wave, if you will, that Matt Walls and his team putting forth.
I look for Crossings to extend it right here in this quarter, Cal, and the positive part about not having a lot of bodies is there's some girls that are getting some quality playing time who normally you're not going to see until maybe the 2020 club, right? 20 up or 20 down.
Right. So it's some quality minutes for some key players they're going to count on. And Matt Wells told me even the preseason, even without injuries and illness, we're going to count on some of those players. They've got 2 or 3 middle school kids you're going to see a lot of, and he has made true as the Warhawks throw that away. So the first possession of the second quarter goes awry. That is the 4th turnover for Great Crossing. Pales by comparison to the 12 on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 13 as unlucky 13 as number 15, Denise Waddell, tried to bounce pass to a teammate that wasn't there. 10-point lead for the Warhawks, who have dominated this series, as we mentioned. Held them to 16 points and a 61-point victory last season.
I see them beating that tonight.
Could be a better night for Western Hills as Barrett dumped it inside to Claire Tierney. So Claire Tierney joins Olivia Tierney in the scorebook, and it's 20-8.
Reagan's going to tell you that was a pass, Cal.
She will call that an assist, but she kind of tried to go up with it.
It got blocked.
Dislodged.
And Johnny on the spot.
Right there was Claire Tierney, who is a freshman, and you'll be hearing her name. She's getting some quality time, as you mentioned. There is a good inbound and go to the corner and shoot a 3. Nice play there for Western Hills to get it back within 9. Christina Ayers hit the shot.
The southpaw.
Barrett, strong take.
That's a great move
from Olivia Tierney. Spun it around and took it one-handed to the glass and off the window. 4 points, for Reagan Barrett. Warhawks up 11. Ball knocked out by Tierney and Smith. It will stay with the Wolverines. 6:50 to play in the half. They are right on it, are the Warhawks, as closely as you can get. Claire Tierney and Rachel Smith getting all over number 4, Sakota Wilder.
As Western Hills continues to go right at the sideline. They're asking for trouble as they're over there now on the sideline.
Again, a trap, this time from Smith and Carney. And knocked away, it will stay with Western Hills. But having all kinds of trouble, Waddell and Wilder, the ball handlers here for the Wolverines. Trouble getting it inbounds as well. Now they do. And stolen away by Olivia Tierney. Here come the Warhawks. Tierney up ahead to Smith, stops behind the three-point line and fires, misses. Rebound comes down to Eisen, now fought away from her. Ayers takes it. Wolverines back with it. Ayers stops inside the arc. Air ball out of bounds to GC. So, I mean, that's what happens when you frustrate a team into turning it over so much. They finally get a look at the rim. What are they going to do? They're going to shoot, regardless of how
They are
good a
going
shot
to
it
put
is.
it up no matter where they are. They just like having a little freedom.
They finally had a look at it, but not close, and back with it are the Warhawks. Lead by 11. Inside again to Barrett, who bounces it out to Olivia Tierney. Now Tierney, they're going to get an offensive foul on Greg Carlson.
Cal, I think if Reagan's teammates give her a little space, they're too bunched up underneath there. If they spread out underneath and let her catch it one-on-one like she did the previous possession where she scored, they're just right there on top of her.
Maybe they called a travel. They didn't signal a foul. I thought I saw
Yeah.
the official use the forearm there to
Another
signify
turnover.
an offensive foul. Carney with the steal after the ball was knocked loose. Here comes Smith. Smith in the corner. Three-point attempt for Tierney. Olivia is off. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Tierney went and tried to tie it up. She's going to get called for the foul that she doesn't understand.
Tierney's very aggressive. She misses that shot. The rebound comes down, and she's right there.
Mitchell will go to the line for 1-on-1. That's the 9th team foul, so everything after this will be 2 shots. Tierney picks up her second. So that's Tierney with 2. Adriana Brown has 2. Trying to see who else might have 2. I think Kennedy Harrison also. So you've got 3 subs, and 3 of your players have 2 fouls. Not ideal. As dropping down, the first one is Mitchell. She has a team high 4. She'll take another with 5:38 remaining second quarter. Wolverines within 10. She is closer than we've been used to in this series. As an air ball for the second free throw, they tried to save it, but got it to Smith. GC on the run. Barrett waving her hands, clapping her hands. Instead, Smith will find Carney for 3.
The little girl.
Grade.
Love that. The little one can stroke it.
Coming right back is Mitchell for 3. Tied up for the rebound. Strongly taking it away is McGahee. They'll take another 3 that's off. Campbell tried to go up for the rebound and will keep it for Western Hills as going out of bounds off of Olivia Tierney, the ball there.
Reagan's getting called out on the floor a little bit. I think her rebounding, she needs to be in there a little bit more, Cal.
(25-12) your score. Wolverines have more turnovers than points. Barrett blocked that shot, trying to chase it down, but it went out of bounds and will stay with Hills. Little connection to Western Hills. The new principal over there is Ryan King, former assistant principal here at Great Crossing. I was talking with him the other night at the Billy Hicks Classic. Kind of scouting things out for his new school. Certainly impressed with how his old school has fared on both sides here early in the basketball season as the Wolverines get, I don't know if that was a turnover or a dead ball rebound, but it'll be going to GC anyway with 4:59 to play in the half. Smith, a leisurely pace, bringing it up. This is not the complete all-out run all 84 feet you're usually going to see from this team, as we've mentioned several times, the sub situation. And Tierney, Olivia off with the shot and the rebound action.
Barrett over the back there.
Another foul for Great Crossing.
They normally don't call that nowadays, Cal. Unless there's a push off, they normally do not call that over the back anymore.
Barrett trying to get position on Campbell and commits her second. And going to the line will be Western Hills for 1-on-1. This is the 9th team foul. Excuse me. Some confusion. They put the 8 up very quickly after the last one. Western Hills will get a second as they make the first. 25-13.
Western Hills kind of hanging around.
Absolutely. You look at the turnover total and you would think the game would be much more open.
Just Crossing just didn't capitalizing on the offensive end, Cal.
No, they've missed too much from inside.
They really have.
Carney with it going to the baseline. Now kicks it back to Barrett. Right elbow jumper is good. Barrett with 6. And it's a 13-point lead. Yeah, in the past, this battle has been quite often Great Crossing will get out 19-21 to nothing against this Western Hills team, and then Western Hills will hang around through the massive substitution patterns. There is the 3rd foul on Olivia Tierney, and she will have to sit for the remainder of the half. And that will shorten up the bench even more for Matt Walls, who's got his hand on his brow and kind of shaking his head going, come on, guys.
May have to suit up one of the ladies that's in street clothes down
You might have to, whoever the healthiest one of the bunch is.
Who thinks they can play?
Double bonus, missed the first free throw. They'll have another. One of them has a Santa hat on. I'm guessing we're not going to see that person. Missed both free throws, but getting the rebound is McGahee.
Nice.
Laying it up and in. Her first field goal cuts it to 11 once again. 27-16. Another right elbow jumper. Bank shot for Eisen. Kennedy Eisen has scored. That's 7 out of the 8 who've gotten in the game that have scored points tonight.
Cal Kennedy turned around and shot that. I don't think she meant to call bank on that one.
Blocked by Barrett. Gets it to Smith. No, I think you're right. She wanted to swish that. Smith with the floater. Can't roll it in. Fight for the rebound. And again, too much of, nope, they're going to call a tie-up. I thought they were going to get a foul on Claire Tierney. It's going to stay with Great Crossing. The possession arrow point. Nope, it's going to the Wolverines. I thought they were all kind of congregating at this end. Western Hills ball. They're down a baker's dozen. 3:37 to go. Trying to cook up an upset are the Wolverines. They're hanging around a lot closer than they have in the past, but some extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, we're talking about them hanging. They're down 13, and you and I talk about them hanging
relatively speaking.
Because of what we've seen in the past. That's right.
We have not known this to be a tight
at all. This one would
affair.
Normally about almost a running clock by now.
But you can just see the way Rachel Smith's bringing the ball up. There's not that sense of urgency. They're not playing like the hair's on fire tonight. Smith in the lane, another touch pass to Claire Tierney, who missed it, and the rebound came down to Bry Wolf. Wolverines can cut it to 11 or maybe 10. They've taken a lot of threes so far. And getting bumped, Eisen will get into Ayers a little bit too closely, and Ayers will go to the line for 2. They're all 2 from here, 3:01 to play in the half, and free throws are keeping Western Hills afloat. They have hit 6. Only 4 field goals, 2 of which are threes. Christina Ayers.
Yeah, you're normally asking for trouble, Cal, if you've given up this many free throws. If the opposite team is shooting this many free throws in one half, my goodness.
It has kind of been both ways, but especially on a night where you can't afford to get into foul trouble, the Warhawks have. Eisen now has 2. I think 5 of the 8 players have at least 2, and 1 has 3. Ayers made the second and promptly checks out of the game. 29-17. Claire Tierney inbounds the ball to Rachel Smith, and the Warhawks just need to kind of buy some time here and get out of this half. Now we got a whistle. What's going on? Trying to run some time, I guess. I don't know. Now they stop it at 2:53, and they'll inbound it from in front of the scorer's table with Claire Tierney. To Smith. Carney fires. Catch and shoot 3 is no good. And off of Crossing. Wolverines ball down only 12, 2:41 to play first half.
Cal, they need to get it. They need to, I think, concentrate a little bit more on getting Barrett some touches underneath. She's going a lot of possessions without touching the ball. Good pass.
Wide open inside is Campbell.
Nice look right
easy
there.
Layup. She's got 4. Beautiful pass.
Nice little dime right there.
That's one of the better plays that Western Hills has run, other than that inbound 3-pointer play that they ran. Smith, I thought, moved both feet, throws the ball away. Ball don't lie. 29-19, and the Warhawks will have to go play defense again. This is getting tighter and tighter here.
It is. And
This
Western
is not
Hills,
the same way. This is not your big sister's Western Hills Wolverines team,
it's not, and they're shooting free throws and layups.
which is a sign of a lot of things.
Yes.
And they're still trapping the Warhawks. You can't change the spots on a leopard as the
Nope.
Wolverines throw it away. Two minutes, 10-point lead. Warhawks nursing it, to say the least, at this point. Now they'll get it into Barrett. Barrett double teamed. He gets it knocked out of her hands. It will stay
I don't
for the
know.
Hawks. I don't
Too
know
much
how.
contact right there.
He's got to call something.
Right.
He called an out-of-bounds play is what he called. Only 5 fouls on Western Hills, 10 plus on the Great Crossing side. There's a lob to Barrett. She
That's a good move.
loses her person and misses the layup. Now the second shot gets blocked as Claire Tierney had it for a moment. Now the Wolverines on the run. Chance to get it back to single digits and a block.
Another foul. It's
Ison. That's her
that's
third.
that's her third. Yeah.
And you get the obligatory call it both ways from the crowd.
Sometimes, Cal, when you don't have enough bodies, that style of play may not be conducive. He may have to say, hey, girls, let's play either a straight man or let's drop back into a 2-3 and see if Western Hills can hit some long jump shots. I don't think they can.
They probably practice this so much. I'm not sure
You're right.
they have that other type of defense in at this point.
Well, Matt Walls is from the Billy Hicks School of Basketball. There's no such thing as a zone.
No, I mean, I've seen Billy's teams rack up this many fouls and a half, and it is what it is. And he only played 7 or 8 guys most of the time.
Well, Cal, you look at Coach Glenn the other night, no matter how easy the buckets get, you're not going to see a zone. You saw what Holy Cross layup after layup.
Sakota Wilder hit both free throws to cut it to 8, and then the Warhawks missed the 3. Barrett got the offensive rebound. Ison draws a crowd. Barrett gets it to Smith. Smith all alone for a moment, finds Barrett. Barrett shoots a 3 that they don't need. Rebound almost by the 5-foot Kearney, and there's a tie-up. And that will stay with Great Crossing. So great hustle there by the middle schooler to keep it alive. 1:21 to play in the half.
It's a good play. It's what they're looking for right there.
Kearney missed, and rebound Western Hills. Hills has been down by as many as 13. They're trying to cut it to 6 or less here. They've got a good shot in the right corner. Off, though. Too long, too strong. Rebound came down to Ison. Barrett at the foul line. Now she'll dish to Smith for a 3.
One time. Good
Missed
gracious.
by a lot. Ison can't chase down the rebound. 49.1 seconds.
Halftime is needed.
It is much needed. You've got to, I think, reevaluate what you're doing defensively given the situation you're in.
Yeah, you have to situational defense and situational offense depending on body sometimes.
There is a wild miss, may have been blocked by Barrett and came down to Claire Tierney, and now Rachel Smith has it. And I think and hope and pray the Warhawks will set up for 1.
That looks like 3 or 4 blocks there for Barrett, first half.
Yeah, she had 6 the other night against Madison Southern in the loss.
See, I'm okay with high ball screening right here, Cal. It's what they need to do, get Rachel Smith to the bucket.
Smith
there you go.
Guarded.
There you go.
Do something now. She drives, fade away, in and out. Rebound Campbell, and time will run out. Ison cannot afford another foul.
No.
And your score at halftime, a surprising slim margin here. The Warhawks 29, the Wolverines 21 in this 41st District girls matchup. I have got to tweet some updates as I had forgotten. I was so flabbergasted by what was going on here that I was not expecting a game of this magnitude tonight. I'll be honest.
I'm liking it, Cal.
It's given us something to talk about.
I mean, Warhawks are still in the lead, and we're not worrying about that running clock.
Not yet, anyhow. Warhawks with 8 healthy players and in all kinds of foul trouble.
Yeah, the Lady Wolverines are down 8 points, and they have 17 turnovers in the first half. That's on their way to 34 turnovers, Cal. Neither team shooting very well. You got Western Hills shooting a cool 30%. And you got the Lady Warhawks shooting 33.3% in the first half. So
there's the story. And then free throws. How many has Western Hills taken?
Western Hills from the foul line.
Probably
they're
more.
not. They're 9 of 14.
Probably more attempts from the line than attempts from the field. Am I right?
And pretty impressive that the Lady Warhawks, they're 6 for 6 from the foul line.
Yeah, they just need to get there more.
Right.
They are settling quite a bit offensively. A lot of catch and shoot threes. We saw Barrett take one that's just not really part of her game
Right.
this year anyway. Some of the younger kids as well.
1, 2, 3, 4. Got 7 different Lady Warhawks
out of the 8
have scored in the first half. With
2, 1.
3 of them with 4 points apiece. Rachel Smith leads the Lady Warhawks with 7 points. Followed by Olivia Tierney, who's got 5. Reagan Barrett has 6. Kendall Kearney with 3. Kennedy Eisen has 1 for 1 from the floor with 2 points.
For Western Hills, it is spread out. Christina Ayers, their scoring has been spread out all year, so that's not a surprise. Ayers has 4. Kiana Mitchell has 4.
Cal, here's something else that's big that you have to look at why this game is tight. The rebounding category. Western Hills has 22 total rebounds. Lady Warhawks 14. They've almost doubled them up there.
Not normal.
No. And in the turnover situation, as we spoke about, Western Hills has 17 to the Lady Warhawks 6. $12 fouls committed by Warhawks in the first half, compared to the Wolverines only committed 5.
So, there's your rundown. Okay, we have a shot for the big money here. If you miss it, it carries over to the next home game.
Yeah.
Air. The Whitaker bank shot, as it were.
The Whitaker bank shot.
I believe it's actually the Grace Christian Church shot, but he is wearing a Whitaker Bank shirt down there. That's what made me think of it. Andrew Brown putting up the money for that. So, yeah, Great Crossing missing a whole host of players tonight. It almost takes you longer to list the players that are not available. Kaylee Ray, Maya Custard, Chapel Brown, Ava Skierman. And they're all sitting out. There's some others down there as well, so that aren't even listed on here. The foul situation, pretty dire, as you've got Olivia Tierney with 3, Eisen with 3, Adriana Brown with 2, Barrett with 2, and Harrison with 2.
Harrison's been very quiet. She getting foul trouble.
Harrison got sat down. She only played 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Took 1 shot. Smith has played all 16 minutes. Barrett, other than the nosebleed, has played 13, and Olivia Tierney 12. That's what you're going to get tonight. You better be ready to go, because there aren't many people coming in behind you.
Little Jingle Bell Rock.
The dance team performed at States on Sunday, finished 11th in its first trip to KHSAA's. Great Crossing Winter Sports doing well on all fronts. The wrestling team had a big win up in Ohio over the weekend. They're one of the top teams in the state, our Great Crossing Wrestling. If you haven't gotten a chance to follow them, they'll have their dual meets this Saturday. Go to the field house and catch some wall-to-wall, mat-to-mat action. Some good stuff.
Nice.
And then, of course, tonight, don't go away. If you're watching or listening, you may have to refresh your YouTube page or your news graphic page, and you will see the boys game. Or if you're watching on NFHS, you'll just have to do the same and click on that. At 7:30, we'll have Great Crossing and Western Hills. Again, we kind of said both matchups are a little scary. You've got some new factors involved, and for the Western Hills boys, they can't be real happy with their 0-4 record coming in here. They're playing a Great Crossing team that they've given some trouble in the past.
It's a good time. I mean, it's a big good game to get well on. I mean, if you say you can knock off a perennial state powerhouse, honestly, I don't see it happening, and I hope hope it does not happen. But that 0-4 quickly goes to incredible if you knock off.
Yeah, there's some style points.
Great Crossings that on the road tonight.
And even in a game like that, even how you lose can change your whole season around if you gain some confidence. So, Western Hills, Coach Jeff Cody's team, a veteran team. At least 4 of their starters are back from last year, so it's not like there's the deck is clear there, the cupboard is bare, but they're just dealing with a tough early schedule, as we said. And of course, nobody's schedule has been tougher than Great Crossing.
No.
They have a win now over Ashland, a win over Douglas, a win over Covington Holy Cross. They have a district win already over Franklin County, a team that's played very well. And of course, preseason, they tested themselves against Louisville Western and North Laurel. They've got the king of the bluegrass this weekend. They may end up playing GRC or Mayo in the quarterfinals there if they all get past their first round game. I mean,
I look forward to that.
It's going to be good stuff.
It'll be a great tournament.
That'd be, if they play that game, it'll be Sunday evening over at Fairdale. So follow me on 64 over there, y'all. If you're in the sound of my voice, we'll keep tabs on that Saturday game. They play Spencer County, and then if they win that one, it's going to be a good show on Sunday. So they come in tonight 5-1, which Coach Steve Page says he would have taken that at the start of the season. If you told him 5-1, he said that's against the schedule he put together. One of their goals is to win 25 games, and that puts them on pace. If you go 5-1 every 6,
sure,
you win 25 games against a schedule that is miles stronger than it has ever been in the past. Our attention in this one, though, with a couple of minutes left before the second half, turns to the Warhawk ladies. How can they turn it around? We say turn it around, they're up by 8, but it sure felt like they were on the ropes there at the end of the half.
Yeah, and it's all about being down in bodies, as we talked about, and then getting in foul trouble. The fouls just continue to mount up, and Western Hills is they're not shooting bad from the line, and then on top of that, they're beat on a couple backdoor cuts. They're working the ball when they're not turning it over. They're actually getting some good looks and scoring.
The Wolverines only 29% from the field and 17 turnovers. If you told Coach Matt Walls that before the game, he'd have been like, okay,
yeah,
we'll take that. Right now, because of those free throws, they're only down 8. As the Lady Wolverines return from the locker room, they've got to be happy because they've never seen anything like this against the Warhawks. They're usually out of it by now.
Yeah, you just got to see. Hope the Lady Warhawks come out right here, and maybe they'll come out in a different defense. I don't know, but knowing Matt Walls, they probably won't. But they got to be. If you can tell a team to be less aggressive,
it's got to be more disciplined.
And you can be in front of your person that you're guarding and still cause turnovers without fouling.
This is pretty much what the Wolverines have done against their other opponents. They have not given up a ton of points. Their defense, in fact, is allowing an average of 44, just under 44 a game. So the Warhawks are ahead of that pace, but not by a huge amount. It's on pace to be in the high 50s here.
Yes.
But some of it's shot selection. I think if they can shore that up a little bit. And a lot of these fouls are just frustration fouls. They're missing shots and they're reaching for the rebound.
And it's a lot of it's shot selection as well, Cal. It seems like it's one of those where, and in your mind, as being a former player, when you beat a team bad every time, you get in your mind, I'm going to get mine tonight. I need to get my shots off. I want to score. They're going to be easy to score against, and it's just not the case tonight.
Back to action. Western Hills with it, trailing by 8, trying to continue to make a game of this. McGahee into Campbell. Campbell fires it over the corner. McGahee gets it back.
We're in a 2-3 zone, Cal.
Tried to throw it into Campbell. It got knocked away, but deflected. The immaculate reception by Denise Waddell, who hits the 15-foot jumper to cut it to 6. 7:30 to play, third quarter, just underway, second half. Lady Warhawks in a little bit of trouble here, but they get it to Barrett. That's where they know they need to go. Barrett missed the first, but wouldn't be denied on the second to get back the 8-point advantage.
As I said in the first half, I think everything should go through her, and obviously if Rachel Smith has a good open jump shot first, yes, but then the ball goes from inside out.
Tried to lob it inside, intercepted by Kennedy Harrison. The Warhawks off to a good start here as they stop the second possession.
And
got a good hand in there in the first, just took a bad bounce.
Sure. And as I mentioned, first possession, Matt Walls does open up in a
Barrett,
2-3 zone.
too easy. And yes, he is switching it up. So that's probably what he's going to have to do for safety's sake here. And there is a reach-in foul by Adriana Brown, her third. So there you go.
Do we know what Matt Wall said in the locker room at halftime? Get the ball to number 32. It's what we're going to do.
That
get her
is
going
clearly
downhill.
The offensive game
Right.
plan.
Right, we're going to get it to her going downhill, which means towards the bucket.
We've got a turnover here, I think, unless we've got a timeout. Yeah, I guess Western Hills got the timeout just in time as they were having trouble getting the ball in bounds. 6:45 to play, third quarter, 33-23 your score. GC on top. Only 8 deep, and 3 of them have 3 fouls with a lot of this game to be played.
Yes.
And that is a dire situation to be in. This is the second time we've heard Mickey tonight over the PA, and that's probably once too many. I don't even think it's the original. I think it's like one of those knockoffs.
It was a knockoff.
It's horrible.
Tony, what's her name?
Not Tony Basil.
Tony Basil. Mickey is still so fine.
Sad that I've wasted so many brain cells on 80s pop culture.
Yep.
Ayers with it.
2-3 zone, giving them fits.
And ties it up. Adriana Brown playing with 3 fouls, but knowing no other way but to be aggressive, gets her hands in there and wrestles it away. It'll be the Warhawks ball after the possession arrow.
Only thing I find kind of weird, Cal, is that they're getting the ball to Barrett on the left side of the bucket when she's right-handed. And she's scored both times she's touched it.
They were going to attempt Olivia Tierney to take a 3 there. Instead, Tierney gave it up to Brown, gets it to Barrett with a little running hook. She has all 6 this half. Surprise, surprise, 35-23. Ball fake, drive, miss, rebound, Tierney, Olivia Tierney.
And again, the 2-3 zone is just absolutely giving them fits.
Bounce pass inside, Tierney to Harrison, kicks it to Adriana Brown for an open 3 from the left wing. And the lead is 15, just like that. Adriana with 7. Warhawks just being much more disciplined on offense and a little bit just disciplined enough on defense. And there's another turnover.
They called another timeout. Yeah, a little timeout. A little panic.
It would have been a turnover.
That's right. Little panic timeout there before the turnover.
I think Western Hills sees it slipping away now. As the lead is back, is the biggest lead of the game now at 15. Well, they've changed up the music for the better, in my opinion.
Yes. The Humpty Dance.
My name is Humpty, pronounced with a Humpty.
Mm-hmm.
Into Campbell, knocked away. She gets it back. The drive, the float to the bank from Kiana Mitchell, who has 6 points to lead the Wolverines.
That's because they got the ball inside of the zone there, Cal. You hit the middle of any zone, and you're going to have success.
Adriana Brown, they're going to dare her to shoot at a rainbow teardrop three, right corner, double digits for Adri. 10 points, 41-25 the lead. Drive, wild shot. Barrett tried to grab the rebound. Campbell wrestled it away and will go to the line. Just out-muscled her there.
She did. She's getting position on Barrett right there, and she struggled to and then she dropped her arms down. Anytime you drop your arms down on a block shot, they're going to call it on you.
Leah Campbell strong, too strong on the first free throw. She'll have another. Wolverines putting up a good fight tonight. They trail by 16 with 4:58 to go in the third quarter. And if you think I'm embellishing that, you don't know much about this series because it's been all running clocks.
Oh, my goodness.
There was a lane violation, so Campbell will get a second opportunity to make the free throw, which she does. 41-26. Smith will walk it up. Gets a good idea. Good ball movement. Tierney to Barrett. Draws the foul from Campbell and will go to the line.
There it is. It's worked like a charm.
Whoop. There it is. And Reagan Barrett, who has 12 points, will go for 2 more.
And she scored in the first half. And again, as I mentioned, she barely touched it after she scored.
Makes the first free throw. She's 3 for 3 from the line. That's what she does. Missed the second and jinxed that. Adri chases down the rebound, though. Gets it to Olivia Tierney coming back up court. Now finds Smith for the reset. 4:40 to play, third quarter. Lady Warhawks up 16. Tierney bounced pass to Barrett. Lost it, but recovered by Brown. Tierney for a three, too strong. Rebound Harrison, drops it off to Smith. Smith's short jumper is good. Rachel with 9.
That was a little gimme from Harrison there. She's like, here, you do it.
Great ball movement. I think
was.
Harrison's confidence struggling a little bit after the first half, so she's trying to get her teammates, and you can't fault her for getting a teammate a good shot there. It's as good as making it yourself. Mitchell dribbles all around, finds Campbell. Brown went for the block and will pick up her 4th foul instead.
Yeah, there's going to be several pick up their 4.
Kearney will check back into the game to replace Adriana Brown, who has 10 points but has 4 fouls in the process. Malia Campbell missed the first free throw. I think she is a weapon that Western Hills can develop if she's able to get her shot down from the line, especially. Good feet and very strong. Misses both free throws. Tierney with the rebound. Finds Smith. Smith thought about the 3. Now will direct traffic instead. Under the 4-minute mark, third quarter. Harrison.
Nice movement.
Kearney.
Harrison's a nice little passer.
Harrison, left elbow, no good. Rebound comes down to McGahee. Dribbling through traffic. Both Tierney's trying to reach in. Now they get it across.
She about got Tierney, didn't she?
He about did. A little air ball. I don't know if that was intended to be a pass or a shot, but Smith intercepted it. Stops at the foul line. Good.
Yes. Beautiful pull up by Rachel.
And now Matt Walls will get a 30. Rachel Smith in double figures with 11 to join Brown and Barrett. This is starting to look more like it.
As both the boys' teams head to the locker rooms to get suited up and ready to go.
It's about the time, mid-third quarter, you go do that. If you're just joining us, a lot of missing pieces for the Lady Warhawks tonight, but 3 of the 8 available players are now in double figures. Reagan Barrett, Adriana Brown, and Rachel Smith. The lead is 20.
And lo and behold, look up and they're 20-point lead.
And there is another reach in. They'll get Olivia Tierney. I think that's her third. Oh, it's her fourth. Not good. So now you get 2 with 4. I forgot she had picked one up this half. Eisen will check in. She has 3 as well. Options running low for Matt Walls. That ball forced inbounds, but it will stay with Western Hills as Claire Tierney knocked it away. McGahee, the OB under, not being guarded. She will get it over the top, and now it's on the floor, and Eisen takes it away, gets it to Harrison. Back come the Lady Warhawks, trying to expand what is their largest lead of the night at 20. Kendall playing the point now.
Not a lot of her, but she is as feisty as she can be.
Just has good handles and good confidence.
Yes, she does.
And you're going to see her for this year and 5 more after that. Foul called on Western Hills. Number 10, Aubrey Perkins, her third, second on the team this half. Smith, drive to the foul line. Why not? That's worked so far in this quarter and left it short. Rebound came down to the Hawks, and trying to dribble out of traffic was Eisen, and she's had that happen
She
a
got
couple times.
really good rebound.
She's gotten trapped on the baseline a couple times. It's almost like the Wolverines have a good scouting report.
Yes.
They know to just kind of pressure her when she gets the ball over there. She'll snap out of that as she comes along in her career. Wolverines thought about a 3 there. Now they'll continue playing keep away. Wild shot off the window. McGahee rebound at the foul line, but throws it away.
Cal, we might need to check the glass after that one.
Yeah, I might might need to do an inspection. A little Daryl Dawkins, Jerome Lane situation without the dunk, without the crowd-pleasing theatrics. Smith, the drive, the floater in and out. Rebound tied up between Harrison and Perkins. Ball goes to Western Hills, which trails by 20 with 2:07 to play in the third quarter. 46-26 your score. Boys coming up right after this, about 20 minutes after this.
Not a
Lost
bad
the
pass
ball,
there.
fell down, trying to get a timeout, and it's tied up instead. That'll go to Great Crossing.
Not a bad look there. She just couldn't hold on to it and keep her feet.
Western Hills, again, their offense has come miles over last year as far as what they run. Just turning it over still too much.
Nice
Smith,
pass.
drive and dish to Harrison. Couldn't get it to fall, but puts the second one back. As we said, she needs that for her confidence, I think, and that'll help big time. First one should have gone down. It wasn't anything she did.
Well, the
Stay
smart
with
thing
it.
too, Cal, is they have her on the left-hand side. She's left-handed. She feels more comfortable there.
Quick shot by Western Hills, tipped around, out of bounds off of Smith. But this margin is getting quickly back up to where it's usually at in this series, 48-26. Western Hills inbounds. Wolverines have been held to 5 points since the half.
Little dribble handoff here off her leg. Another time. Oh,
yeah, but it got knocked out of her hand by
I didn't see that.
Claire Tierney.
As Coach Walls is saying, and the same thing I'm saying, it hit right off of her thigh.
I thought maybe, but the official saw the handsy defense, which is what you're going to get from the Warhawks. Bounce pass into Campbell, tries to post up on Harrison and successfully draws the foul. She'll get 2 more free throws at the 1:07 mark. Harrison's third, so the foul trouble list continues to grow.
We have witnessed a couple free throws tonight.
Yeah, this has not been a fast-paced opening game to this doubleheader as Campbell rolls in her 6th point of the night to make it a 21-point gap. Malachi Marino is itching to play tonight. He's over there in the tunnel already as Campbell makes the second. He was on the court right before the game, getting shots up, as you mentioned. Smith lost it, got it back. Kearney, travel. Nope, they're going to get a foul on the floor. She kind of went into a double team there, but got bailed out by the team in green.
Kearney dribbled right into trouble there and got bailed out. Good look, right back in. Oh, she missed right back
Claire
into her.
Tierney gave it up to Smith.
Yep.
Smith will reset, and they've got the luxury of holding it for a little while. 45 seconds to go in this period. They're up 20.
Western Hills has been in this man-to-man for about the whole quarter.
Bill Raftery would be happy.
Man-to-man. That's right.
Bank for Smith. Her 6 point. She got 3 buckets this quarter and 13 overall. They've hit that 50 mark that few teams have against Western Hills. Once again into Campbell. Once again the foul on Harrison, who insists that she went straight up.
Well, she still has her, as I spoke before, Cal. Anytime you have your arms down at all and have to go straight up, they're going to let you make a little contact, especially when the offensive player is coming at you. But Kennedy seems to have her arms straight down.
Campbell's made 3 free throws in a row to get this to 29 for the Wolverines. They trail by 21.
As Coach Walls is telling her about the hand straight up.
In and out with the second. Rebound came down to Claire Tierney, and now Smith will prepare the Warhawks for the final shot of the third quarter, we would think. Barrett back in the game. Drive. Yes.
That's called just getting up off the bench first time you touch it. Usually like telling a player, get a trip up and down the floor.
Says, I ain't playing time and score. Three-pointer is way off the mark, in and out. And the rebound came down to Kennedy Eisen.
Reagan Barrett's quarter right there.
She had
have
9,
8 or
Brown had 6, and Smith had 6. So between the three of them, 21 of the 23. And it's a 52-29 lead. With all that they had facing them tonight, both coming in and the way the game played out, I think they're going to have to be happy at night's end with what's going to be a pretty comfortable margin of victory, it would appear, once again.
And already got Mr. RC looking at us. That would be running clock.
Yeah, see, we're up 23s. You only need to get to 35. There's, I suppose, an outside shot of that. Barrett with 15, Smith with 13, Brown with 10. The foul situation, Brown, Tierney, and Harrison all with 4. Eisen and Barrett with 3. There's an outside chance they could finish this game with 4 players on the floor. That's the other thing. It's an outside shot.
Right.
Now. I've seen it before. We hope we don't see it tonight. I don't think it'll matter much. Matt Walls will get a chance to channel his Gene Hackman. My team is on the floor. Coach Norman Dale.
Coach Norman Dale.
Wolverines will start with it in the fourth quarter.
I like Cal when you're as aggressive and may get in foul trouble, just like the Lady Warhawks have. I like their zone. They've done well in the zone.
Let's maybe file that away for future reference.
Right.
They've played it before. I mean, Coach Glenn Wilson was a zone. He was always Steve Hilton's zone guru at Scott County.
Yep.
They played it here quite a bit, so they're familiar. Another foul. Kennedy Eisen's 4th, so half of the 8 players now have 4 fouls. Bend the corner of that page as you continue watching. The 1-and-1 is no good. The ball's on the floor, aggressively trying to tie it up.
She fell right on top of the ball. That could not have felt good.
No, that's where you lose your breath.
Got
tied up, adding insult to injury by Claire Tierney, and it will go to the Warhawks. Who lead by 23 with 7:38 to play. Headed to 5-2 on the season, 1-0 in the district. Smith inside to Barrett. That's going to be short, but Barrett chases after the rebound and will not go to the line. I don't think that's a shooting foul, but they'll get the ball underneath as that'll be called on the Wolverines. No, they are going to get. No, is he shooting? Is he pointing at the baseline? No, they're going to give Barrett 2. So Kaylin Davis called for the foul, her second. Barrett toes the line. Trying to add to her game high total. Misses the first free throw. She had 9 of her 15 in that third quarter. She went out, if you joined us late, bloody nose caused her to miss about half the first period. She came back with a vengeance.
It sure didn't stop her.
She makes 1 of 2 here for a 24-point advantage. It's going to take more than that to stop her this year. She's got that look on her face as a senior. Double dribble there. Easy call. And Western Hills turnover total was at 20. It will continue to rise. They slowed it down, though, in the third quarter. Part of that was the zone. They weren't playing the hands of defense.
And the zone, of course, it has. I mean, they fouled, but nothing like the first half.
Nothing. A lot of it was on rebounds and post-ups. Barrett, the spinning hook, rolls it in. She's got 18, which is her average on the season, which you might expect in a game of this magnitude and a game of this nature. It's a 26-point lead all of a sudden. Davis turnaround miss. Rebound, Claire Tierney in traffic, gets it to Barrett.
Barrett's not going to stop.
Going to take it all by herself. And the block on the floor, again, it'll be Davis, and Barrett will go to the line for 2 more. We might get a running clock. It won't be for much.
I know it. I know it.
Admittedly thought it would crop up earlier, but then when I got here and saw the number of people on the court for the home team, I thought maybe we might be in for something. Barrett makes the first, 56-29. Does not get the second, but trying to tie it up.
She did. You saw that. She stays and follows through. She hits that.
Coming down with the rebound and getting fouled is Aubrey Perkins. Eisen has fouled out, so Kennedy Eisen with 2 points will leave the game. We're down to 7. Good thing the score is what it is. If you're playing Franklin County tonight, that'd be a tough situation to be in.
Right.
Or GRC or Christian Academy of Louisville or one of those opponents. Free throws missed. Claire Tierney got the rebound. Long pass from Smith to Barrett. Making it look easy, the two seniors that have played together for all 4 years in this starting lineup. And they have doubled up the Wolverines, 58-29. Blocked by Barrett. It's going to get called for a foul instead. Come on. Well, I'm up on the third level, so what do I know? Clock stops at 6:20. Bry Wolf will shoot free throws. I don't know if it's Bry or Bree. It's B-R-Y apostrophe E. I will admit I have never seen that variation of that name before.
Bride?
B-R-Y apostrophe E, like Bry. Or maybe it's Bree and that Y is with an E sound because of the apostrophe. I do not know. Admittedly, didn't do enough prep to know. And misses both free throws, does Ms. Wolf, but it will go off of Claire Tierney and stay with the Lady Wolverines, who were within 6 at the half, but have seen it get out of hand here. I guess they were within 8. They've only scored 8 points since then. Nice drive, but missing the layup is Mitchell. The rebound to Barrett. Now Adriana Brown taking it by her lonesome. Will drop it in off the back rim and through.
The iron was kind.
The kiss. She's got 12. The lead is 31, but who's counting? Ball knocked free on the floor. Western Hills recovers. Double dribble. Turnover number 21. Or actually 22 now.
You know what? They've only had 5 this half. Not bad. They had 17 at halftime.
They only have 8 points.
Right. That's right.
That's the other flip side.
They flipped one for the other.
Will switch up defensively, has kept the Warhawks alive and enough players on the court and has thrown a wrench into the Wolverines' plans. Claire Tierney with a wild shot. And she'll commit the reach in. And Matt Walls.
Matt St. Clair, just because you catch it under there, you can kick it out to the other wing that's wide open. You don't necessarily – you like to see her be able to score from there because she's right underneath the bucket.
Probably not an aspect of her game yet. It will develop, but the 9th foul of the half on the Warhawks, so that hasn't slowed down one iota. Amazingly, is that her first foul? There was actually a player on this team that didn't have a foul.
Who did not have one?
Claire Tierney until now. That's miraculous. She should be player of the game just for that.
That's right.
I think it's going to be Reagan Barrett nonetheless.
I think that's hands down.
Yeah. Hands down might be a good policy defensively at this point. Makes the first free throw. She will get another. Will Wolf. Teen Wolf. Another great basketball movie. We're bringing them all up tonight. Makes them both. 60-31. Rachel Smith in no hurry to bring the ball up the court. This one's in the bags, just a matter of by how much. Into Barrett, turns around and drops it off the back rim. That seems to be the trend right now.
24, 25?
She has 17 this half, 23 overall. That's a good night. That's her third straight 20-plus. She had 22 and 27 in the last 2 games of the Billy Hicks Classic. Another miss by Western Hills, another rebound for Tierney, another shot from the foul line for Rachel Smith, and another swish.
Who's counting?
She has 15. 33 is the margin.
But who's counting?
Not I, said the little red hen. 3-point attempt from Western Hills, going to try to spoil it, misses. Rebound, Claire Tierney. Rachel Smith with a chance to speed up this process. If she can direct a successful possession here.
Yep, Warhawks running offense.
Running some motion. Smith dribbles, finds Tierney. Claire. Cross court to Smith. Thought about a 3. We'll get it to Barrett. Drops it off to Brown. 4 minutes to play. Running or otherwise. Adriana Brown.
Good ball movement.
Smith. Brown will get it back. Bounce pass into Claire Tierney, who misses. Barrett, the follow, can't get it to go. Now Kearney on the floor, resets. Steps back behind the 3-point line. Gets it to Barrett. Finds Smith. She doesn't usually hesitate to shoot that 3, but she did there. No need to.
No.
Wise play by the senior. 3:30 to go. Adriana Brown, she's not going to hesitate for very long, and she will not get it to drop in off the rim this time. Claire Tierney with some fouls to burn, reaches in, knocks it out of bounds. It
That
stay
was
with the Wolverines.
Long possession.
Yeah, they burned about a minute. It's down to 3:24. That's as good as a running clock.
Good game, Reagan Barrett.
Reagan Barrett may be checking out for the last time, although with the foul situation that abounds, we can't be sure of that. Harrison playing with 4 right now. And Eisen has already fouled out. Take from the right baseline is short, rebounded by Harrison. And once again, Rachel Smith brings the ball up. 3 minutes. Kendall Kearney, strong drive, uncontested, can't get it to fall.
Oh.
Harrison on the putback. She's fouled and will go to the line for a chance at the inanimate object that we are all not wanting to mention for fear of jinxing it. That sometimes malfunctions in this gym anyway.
Right.
Harrison can't get the first one to fall. 33-point lead.
I think when Harrison develops all this, she's going to be something else. She really is.
Sophomore. Certainly a good rebounder
Yep.
already and a good passer. Makes the second her third point of the night.
You can just look at her and see that she's just raw and needs reps. She needs to play and play and play.
That's what I like about Walls putting her in the starting
Yes.
lineup early in this season as Western Hills throws it away. 2:45 to play in this one. Boys coming up, stretching here on the upper level along where we're at. They will take on the Western Hills Wolverines. who are a wounded animal at 0-4, which kind of makes them dangerous, I think. 2.5 minutes to go. Rachel Smith is marking time right now. Finds Brown. Brown, high pass to Smith. Great Crossing boys were tied for 7th in the KRS poll this week. They were the first team receiving votes outside the AP top 10, but I heard there was a glitch with that as Great Crossing misses. Their name wasn't on the original ballot, so some people were having to write them in.
Right.
That's why they ended up where. There's Rachel Smith with the 3 to be a hero. 37-point lead. 68-31. The final minute 50 will run continuously as long as everybody at the table knows to do so. Rebound off a miss. Claire Tierney. Smith's just going to dribble it anyway, so the running clock's kind of an afterthought.
Yeah, Matt Walls is doing the classy thing. He's not letting them run, and he's making them run offense. And he said, no more three-pointers.
Brown tried to force it inside to Claire Tierney and got it intercepted. Western Hills will take a 3 to get it back to 34. Number 4 is Dakota Wilder. That's her first field goal tonight.
She said, I got you running clock right here.
It stays running regardless. Once it's at
Yes,
35,
once it's at 35,
stays.
that's
the
right.
rule. Again, sometimes there's confusion about that down at the court level as well. Because, everything about the game changes at that point, so it wouldn't be fair to let them back in. There's an and one for Claire Tierney. Claire Tierney's second field goal of the night puts it to 70. Might be the high water mark of the season. I have to go back and look. Oh, I guess they might have gotten 70 against Scott County in the opener. Tierney missed. Rebound, Western Hills.
Yep. 40 seconds.
And counting. And running. Three-pointer for the Wolverines. Short rebound, Smith. That probably will do it. Lord willing. Your Domino's Pizza player of the game is Reagan Barrett with 23 points and then oodles of rebounds. We will be having a short break. You'll have to reset your browser to get the boys' game, depending on which way you're watching. Your final here, the Great Crossing Lady Warhawks 70. The Lady Wolverines of Western Hills 34.
Nice win.
A nice win.
Overcome controversy.
Yeah.
Lack of bodies.
That's certainly adversity was staring them in the face. Foul trouble made it worse for them, but they persevered and won by 36. They've got 3 full days off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to get ready for a Saturday afternoon date in Richmond with Madison Central. Running some stats up the stairs here. We'll get some other scoring details before we sign off. 18 points for Rachel Smith to go with 4 assists, 12 points, career high for Adri Brown. Malia Campbell led the Wolverines with 8. Wolverines shot 24% and turned it over 23 times. Only 9 turnovers for GC. They'll reset the clock. We'll reset here and be back with you shortly. Thank you for joining us tonight. Your final score on the girls' side one more time. Great Crossing 70, Western Hills 34. See you in a few.